Feeling overwhelmed by clutter? Discover 7 simple and effective strategies that will transform your home into a tidy and organized oasis. Let's start small and stay focused. Beginning with a small area like a single drawer or a countertop will be super effective when it comes to decluttering. Tasks like this make it less overwhelming and will provide a quick win in order to build up momentum. Besides, when life gets to lifing, we can just stop and not be left with a bigger mess around us. Stay focused on completing this area before moving on to the next. If you use methods such as timers or songs, this can help you do just that. Next up, adopt the 1 in and 1 out rule. For every new item you bring into your home, remove an old item. This not only helps to prevent clutter from accumulating in our homes, but can also help us to practice mindful purchasing habits. And with these habits, we can help to keep our home decluttered as well as keep our wallets very happy. Sounds like a win-win to me. Next up, be sure to have a method. Things can seem more overwhelming than they actually are when we're now following a streamlined method. This is also true when it comes to decluttering. It can get very overwhelming very fast. Some methods that you can put into practice while decluttering your home using a 4-box method. Be sure to have 4 boxes, 1 to keep, 1 to donate, 1 to toss, and some people even have an extra box with things to sell. If you're not interested in selling, eliminate that box. Label the boxes and then go through each item and place them in each appropriate box. This method helps to categorize the items and systematically reduce clutter. This is super effective because each thing is in its category by the time you're done. However, it can take up a bigger chunk of time. Coupling this with one of the methods I mentioned earlier, like focusing on a small area, and you have a winner. Another one that you can try is the Minimalist challenge. I will link this one down below, but it is super duper fun. It is essentially where you eliminate some items each day for 30 days. I've personally done this before and I've had a blast doing it. Another method is a bit more drastic, but it's also super effective and you get results quite fast. This is where you take each item and you ask yourself if you can live without it. And if you can, then feel free to donate it. This will also help to reduce decision fatigue because you don't have to go through each item and ask yourself if you want, use, or love this item. You're just simply asking yourself if you can live without it. And in most cases, chances are you absolutely can. Next up, embrace vertical storage. If you live in a smaller home like me, this is especially crucial. Maximize your vertical storage by using solutions such as shelves, hooks, and over-the-door storage solutions. This helps to keep surfaces clear and utilizes underused space. If you have a place to store everything, then whatever item is not in its place and you don't have room for, it makes it so easy to declutter the item because it doesn't have a home. And if it's that important, then you will find it a home. And when anything else is out of place, you can just repeat the process. Next up, implement daily and weekly routines. This is super crucial for keeping a decluttered home. Once you get everything decluttered, it is not very encouraging if you reclutter everything. That's why we need to implement a system to keep on top of these things. I personally declutter 15 minutes a day. If I don't have anything to get rid of that day, then I tend to organize an area. But if you're starting at a point where I did, every day you will absolutely have something to declutter. Be sure to continue those practices and build up those great habits so your home does not get recluttered again. Even if you're practicing the 1 in and 1 out method, if you have more than one person in your household, sometimes it gets tough to manage every single item they bring in. And when you implement these daily and weekly decluttering sessions, then we know when something has been added to our homes. And in that case, if it was someone else that brought it, we can now make a decision together with them. But at least our homes will not get riddled with clutter all over again. It's super duper heartbreaking when we do all this hard work just to have it fall apart a couple of weeks or even a couple of months later. So be sure you are implementing these practices so that this will never happen again. Consistent maintenance keeps clutter from piling up and keeps our home organized. The next one is decluttering sentimental items last. Sometimes it is a bit tricky to declutter these sentimental items. Decluttering is like a muscle. The more and more you practice, the stronger it gets. So we leave these items for last, but then hopefully we'll be strong enough to do so. In case it is still a bit challenging because these are super sentimental items, then choose a box with an appropriate size, maybe one for each member of your family, and have each sentimental item in there. That way you have a limit for yourself, allowing yourself those precious sentimental items. And when the box gets too full, well, now we have a decision to make. When we have these limits to the special items, it makes them extra special because there's only a few things that are that high value in our life. When everything is so super important, then nothing feels that important. So limiting these items by amounts will help them to feel that much more special. Not to mention, if we know where we're keeping all of them, it will make it that much easier to review them whenever we need to. Next, digitize documents and photos. Reduce paper clutter by scanning important documents or photos and storing them digitally. This not only saves space and eliminates paper clutter, but it also makes it easier to organize and access your files. Be sure to back up those digital files regularly. I know decluttering can be super duper hard, and if you need even more tips, then check out this video here where I talk all about it, and I'll meet you there right now. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, to God be the glory. Bye!